Hi, today we're going to be talking about sentence patterns 1B and 1C, or fanboys and making connections. Here's the plan for today. First, we're going to go over what makes pattern 1B. We'll remember what fanboys actually are, and of course, you know me, you'll get a stern reminder about commas. Go over what makes pattern 1C, and look at ways to combine sentences using sentence pattern 1B and 1C. Lastly, we'll practice. First of all, what is pattern 1B? Well, if you remember pattern 1A, you'll see that 1B is just a variation on it. Pattern 1A, subject, verb, semicolon, conjunctive adverb like however or therefore, comma, subject, verb. Pattern 1B simply replaces that semicolon with a comma and replaces the conjunctive adverb with a coordinating conjunction. But you might ask this excellent question. What's a coordinating conjunction? A coordinating conjunction may be something that you remember as fanboys. Fanboys, of course, are not the devoted fans of One Direction. Instead, they are words that we use to connect, to coordinate, to bring together two sentences. Here's the list. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Here's an example. We have a subject and a verb. Rachel asked for a special cake for her birthday. We can put a fanboy in between, and then we have another subject and another verb. She never expected her father would make this extraordinary cake. Well, who would expect this extraordinary cake? Why would you use pattern 1B? Well, it brings two sentences together. This pattern is so natural, and we use it all the time. See? Just be sure to punctuate correctly. It's actually probably one of the #1 errors that people make with commas is that they don't put that comma after the first SV and before the coordinating conjunction. You don't want to be that person. Here's one of my favorites by a gentleman I'm rather fond of. I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit. Now, interestingly enough, is Shakespeare advocating vegetarianism? Fascinating idea. So here's our second pattern for today, 1C. It's a lot like pattern 1, subject, verb, semicolon, subject, verb, but it's kind of pattern 1 on steroids. Pattern 1C says subject, verb, semicolon, subject, verb, semicolon, subject, verb. Here's an example of 1C. Millions of people visit Banff every year. Tourists all go shopping in town. Few climb to the glaciers. I actually got to take this photo this summer, and if you ever get the opportunity to go to the Canadian Rockies, it doesn't take long to lose all those tourists and to see some extraordinary sights. Why use pattern 1C at all? Well, it's interesting, but 3 is the magic number. When we make arguments, we try to have 3 good examples. You see here a lovely picture of the 3 bears. There are 3 little pigs. There are 3 wise men. Sometimes we have 3 distinct thoughts that we want to link, and pattern 1C is super helpful whenever we want to do that. Here are a few reminders. Don't forget to use a comma before the fanboys in sentence pattern 1B. Remember that every part of sentence pattern 1C needs to be a complete sentence. Challenge yourself to write the best sentences using, of course, sentence pattern 1B and 1C. Most of all, have some fun improving your sentence fluency.